Hazel Gale Binks. You don't often hear the name Nan, but I've heard stories about her my whole life and look forward to the day when I can meet her for myself. My great-grandmother, Hazel Gale Nan, was born January 24, 1893 to Francis Albert Gale and Janet Davis. Her granddaughter, Cherie Binks Carlson, when first asked about her favorite memory, instantly said her chocolate cake. She was a wonderful cook. Every birthday, Nan would make her famous chocolate cake, which was something she looked forward to all year. Thanksgiving at Nan's house was also a much anticipated event. Even without the modern day conveniences like microwaves and double ovens, Nan was able to cook and prepare the entire Thanksgiving meal and set it at table, keeping everything hot and fresh as everyone started to eat. In addition, she only had a few pans, so after cooking one item, the pan would be washed so she could use it for the next dish. Everything tasted so good, not to mention it was all made from scratch. Nan would often take Cherie to neighboring farms to pick berries. After eating her fill, Nan would bottle the rest. She made jams, yellow mustard, and all other kinds of things, which she would then use to add some spice to her meals. Cherie and her brother Fred would often visit Nan for the weekend. They'd take the train from Helper, usually leaving about 2 or 3 a.m. on Saturday morning. Then Nan, who lived in Mapleton at the time, would pick them up at the train station in Springville. No matter what time they awoke the next morning, Nan would always have breakfast prepared, which included pasta, a powdered drink once popular as a coffee substitute. Waking up to a hot breakfast was one of Cherie's fondest memories. At times, her brother and her cousin Merrill would have breakfast eating contests. Nan would make pancake after pancake after pancake. Cherie remembers. Nan's house had several rose bushes that were so thick, they covered the whole side of her house. Cherie remembers the air always smelling so good around the outside of the house. She says she remembers a lot of things about that house. Nan had a little chicken coop in back where we would play with the chicks for hours. The home contained a pale, yellow bedroom set with a bed that had an extra mattress on it. When Cherie slept over, she says she always felt like a princess, just like in The Princess and the Pea. The matching dresser was lowered in the middle and elevated on both sides, and Cherie would frequently pretend it was a throne in the princess room. Nan gave me my first white cat named Christopher. I would dress it up in baby clothes like a doll. Christopher would stay in a clothes basket in the corner of my room, and soon, Christopher loved it so much he rarely left. Cherie thought this was odd until Christopher turned out to be a Christina one morning after she found Christopher had delivered babies the night before. Nan always had a quilt going in her living room. She was very good and made many different handmade items. She was the one who taught Cherie how to embroider. When visiting, Cherie always attended church. Nan was very religious and served 2 stake missions with her husband. At one point, she was scheduled to have an operation to remove a tumor. The night before, Nan was given a priesthood blessing, and when she showed up at the hospital the next morning, the tumor was gone. Cherie talks of Nan's great faith, and even though she was only 14, she was tough, both physically and spiritually.